Nice Roach, hope there's some more. Oh, hold on, dragged the rod in. Yeah. So good morning and welcome to day 2 of the Thames Festival. I'm on Abington Stretch today. I've drawn peg 3, so not a long walk. I'm quite high off the bank, it's quite deep under my feet, but quite shallow out actually. It's quite interesting. Tactics are going to be fairly simple today. I'm going to keep it easy for me, I think. We're due a heavy rain shower later, and I want to maximise my sort of chance of maybe hooking a bonus bream, so that's what I'm gearing my match around. I'll just cover off the side tray and you'll see I've got my standard ground bait. I've mixed up 2 bags of Sensus River, 1 bag of Sensus Roach, and I've put in there my usual 250ml of caster dead maggot and hemp, and I've made up, I think that's 12 balls. Yeah, I'm going to put 10 on the long line. I've only got 2 on a shorter line. I've got some casters, I've got some maggot, I've got some pinky. Everything's turning to casters by the look of it. I've got some spare hemp, I've got some corn if some bream turn up, and I've got a load of worm for chopping. So that's sort of the bait. In terms of rigs, I've got a 4-meter whip set up in case it's really super hard and I end up just flicking this around trying to catch some bleak. Same as yesterday, it's a 0.5 DH20, and I've just got a bulk there and a B3050 Sensus hook, which I think is a good one for bleak. And I've got 3 pole rigs. I've got one short. You can see how shallow it is. It's about a top kit, but I put it on top 4 just to have a bit of line. So short kit is going to be pink hydro 013, 2 gram float. I think it's going to get windy. They're going down to a bulk, a couple of droppers, 09, and a size 18 Karanu hook, 0.9 hook length. I'm going to fish that. What's that? Top 4 plus 2 more, so up to top 6. I'm not going to start on that line. I'm going to start longer, but I'm going to just maybe fire some casters over that line. There's no real flow, and go on it later, maybe with some chop worm. Let's see. But the primary attack today, I've got 2 rigs which are fairly identical, bar the elastic, which is 2 of these perfect floats, 2 grams. This one's the blue hydro, which means down here there's a size 14 pole special hook. All of the shotting patterns are the same on my rigs. It's a bulk, some shot, some trimming shots, 2 droppers, and on this one it's a 10-inch hook length to a size 14 pole special. I'm going to do that for laying on with a worm. And the other rig on the pink hydro, shotted exactly the same float. As you can see, it's not very deep, and down to a size 18 Karanu hook on a 0.9 again. Plan for the day: ball it to start long, feed short, go short later. And I have got a feeder set up in case, I don't know, if it's tough, I'm going to be tempted to just sit on a worm for ages on the pole. But I have got a feeder set up. It's just a simple cage, 30 gram feeder, a couple of number 6s, twizzle boom, some 017 and a size 12 MWGB. I'm just going to fish that with a couple of bits of worm, put some ground bait and worm in the feeder and lob it out in the middle. The depth's pretty regular, from 13 meters all the way across. So I'm not too sure what's the benefit of, oh, fish topped over by that. I'm just saying, I don't know what the benefit is of going long, and there's a boat opposite me, a barge called the Blue Griffin, and a fish just topped off the back of it. Well, that's ruined my match plan for the day, isn't it? Maybe I should fish a tiny little bomb over to there. Don't know. Stick with the plan, Graham. So that's it. So spend some time, hopefully catch some roach, and if not, set out for a bream. Oh, and we're off. So I'm going to put 2 balls on this short line first, and then I'm going to ball it on the long line. In fact, I'll cup 2 balls in, and then I will throw the rest. Now I want to throw them a little bit downriver. Yesterday I was convinced after the match that the reason I lost the fish was because they spooked, and I think they spooked because they were all clumped up together. With no flow, I think the bait's not getting spread out, and so when you catch a few fish they spook away. So I'm going to throw a couple of them a little bit further down the river today. It's not just going to be terrible throwing, right? Alright, rain's starting. By the look of it, I just put my jacket on. As anticipated, the rain is here. Now I'm just going to throw the rest. Right, there we go. Start on double maggot. See where we go from there. Yeah, if I put the rod pole to the right, it's just going to drag the rig further upstream. Right, we're off. If I put the pole to the right, I'm just going to drag it back upriver. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to search the peg. I was just wondering, should I just switch straight to the other rig and sit out there with a worm, isn't it? Nice roach, hope there's some more. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just slowly drag the rig down the river and create my own flow. That's what's going to be needed today. So roach is promising, like that. Happy with that second fish. Okay, I'm still fishing just about where I put that bait, not the ones to the left. So hopefully those fish have spread out onto a little bit of a bigger area today, and there will be fish to the left as I drag the rig down the river. As I was saying earlier, just some comments about yesterday, I balled it and then caught straight away really well, and then the fish just disappeared. And I think the trouble is that because there's no flow in the river, they're just all sitting in the same spot, and because my bait's not very spread out, the shoal spooks and then they go. And I think that's what's happened yesterday, which is why I've tried to put some variation in the balls today. And I think if I end up topping up, which I will do, then when I top up, I'll top up sort of 3 balls, but you know, in spacings to the left, like in a row. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't have the experience of river fishing to sort of know what to do in this situation or how to interpret it, but if I think about it, you know, if I was fishing a lake, then the fish are just too close together. There's loads of them. You go down and, you know, catch 3, 4, 5 fish and the shoal spooks, and that's the end of it. Feeder's gone out next to me as I find roach number 3, slightly further down the peg. Oh, is that a bream on his right hand side? What's that? Oh, he's caught a bream. Okay, decision time now. So it's just a bream on a feeder to my right. Maybe this is one last check ring. So I've got half a pound and he's got 5. So, just a little update. It's gone past the hour, and I had a few roach on the pole line. I was quite happy with it, and I was starting to get a few more fish. I think there was some gudgeon out there, which made it difficult to get double maggot in their mouth. But I was catching a few roach, and then all of a sudden, the gentleman to my right has caught a bream on the feeder. So everything's changed. I've now put a few bait ups out there with some corn and caster. single dendrobina on the hook, and I'm fishing the feeder. In all of the sections yesterday where there was bream caught either side. I think that's right. So I'm going to see if I can catch myself a bream. Or more. I think with 7 points yesterday, and I think I've drawn the wrong end of the section again today, I need to do something to try and make a difference. I was happy fishing the pole, looking for indications of what was happening around me, and I can't ignore the bream getting caught in the feeder, so let's hope there's a few around, and I'm lucky enough to catch a few. Just coming up to 2 hours. Oh, I've hooked a bream. I was just about to say, and I'm watching next door, and he's had 4 bream now, and I've had none, but that's definitely a bream. One to next door. So right decision. So, anyway, where was I? Right, 2 hour update. And I've got a bream. So 60 minutes or so, constant casting, 3 or so minutes. Between 3 and 5. With worm, I had that one on double worm on the hook, with some corn and some casters in the ground bait. So delighted for that. On to my right, I think he's got 4 bream. So let's see if I can have some more. As I was saying earlier, generally in the section, breams were kind of huddled. The bream were kind of huddled up. So if one person had one, there was a few either side, and hopefully there's more than just that one. I'm gonna wander into my peg. Hopefully they come down river. Find a load of bait here, so this is it for the rest of the match now, no debate. Gonna stay on the feeder and see what I can do. It's all about decisions in matches, you know. I think, you know, I've caught a few roach. Maybe I could have caught a 5-pounder roach in the match based on what I'd done in the first hour. I don't think it was going to be more than that. So I've already caught what I would have caught on roach for the entirety of the match. So I feel like it's the right decision to make, to switch to the feeder based on what I saw going on next door. You know, you can't ignore that stuff, and you need to adapt, change your plan. Okay. Let's just adjust things here, right? No. Right, sink the rod. Sink the rod. Sink the rod. Maybe she brought me luck. Right. Step number 2. So I've not seen next door catch any more, so that might be 4-2. Right, quick update. It's now 2:45. I've just had a little chub, and my view is that the bream that were here, that I caught 3 in 20 odd minutes, and I've not had another one for 25 minutes. I think they've moved on. I think they've been in the peg to my right. They've come down river into my peg. I've had 3 in 3 chucks, and now they've gone further down. That's what I think, but based upon the fact I've now got 16 plus pounds in the net, I'm just going to carry on doing this for the rest of the match. Just going to shorten my times again, try and get some more bait out. It's not a big feeder, so let's just speed it up a bit, and then maybe if there's another, you know, few bream come down the river, they'll stop, or some more come up the river, something like that. About 3-minute casts, back to that, and see if we can get another one. I got 3 bream.
Yeah.
You?
I've got 11 or 12 and you're going to get another net.
Really?
Yeah. He must have got about, the bloke in the middle probably about that as well. Trade the box, I'm sure that's one, but I don't know, I can't really see it.
No, I thought I was doing alright, Tom, until James walked past, and I know where you're going. I thought I was having a good day. So, next little update, it's just come up to 3:30. I've not had any more bream, and and people further down the section are coming running back past me to get more nets. So I'm hearing about 10 fish, 8 fish, 12 fish further down in the section. So ironically, when I thought I was doing all right, clearly I'm not. So, but we're going to keep plugging away. I don't know if the fish moved down or whether it's 2 different shoals, but I think the thing is to just keep fishing as I am, keep the bait coming in, and if there's more fish to be had, then I'm poised to catch them. There we go.
Yeah, okay. That better? Yeah. Cool. Right, back onto the review strip. Press it out. Next stroke.
So 4 o'clock, and I've got 4 bream in the net. There's stories of 12 bream plus in the section, and seems like a lot of people have caught bream, and there's like I think quite a few people have caught quite a few bream further down the river. So I've just started to put some chopped worm into the mix, see if that's going to stimulate a bite. I'm not too sure, but we'll carry on with this until the end of the match. It's been a really interesting day. I thought I was doing quite well. Suddenly there's so many bream caught. It's kind of funny, but it's just interesting to think how, you know, many bream are in these sections of river when everyone chooses to fish for them. But so just sitting here now with what, 10 minutes to go for the end of the match. I've got 4 bream and a couple of bits, so I've probably got about 21 pounds, something like that, which is a great result. Just go through the match. I thought I might catch some roach today, and then maybe catch a bream on the pole line. It's not worked out like that at all. I started out on the pole line. I balled it at 13 meters with 10 balls. I put 2 balls short, and I've gone straight out on the 13 meter line. I've had a perch second chuck, I think, and then I've a few roach, and then I've messed about a little bit. It's been a bit tricky because the flow's going right to left, but there is no flow really. The wind's blowing quite hard left to right, so actually the rig just works its way back upstream instead of going downstream. So you have to put your pole into the wind and then sort of drag it downstream a little bit to create some kind of movement. But I had a few fish, a few roach, and then I think it got to just before the hour mark that the gentleman to my right, he had a bream, and then probably within about 15 minutes he had another bream, and then he had, I think, 2 more maybe in that first hour, and obviously I've decided that, you know, it's not going to work, so I've switched, and then it's taken an hour, and then I've had my first bream, and I've had them pretty quick. I think I've had 3 fish in 20 minutes, and then nothing for a while, and then I've had 1 fish later on. It just seems to be just a random one, but I think they caught a lot more bream further down the section. But it's been an enjoyable day, and the anticipation of catching some of these, you know, huge bream we have here in the stretch. So it's really nice. So it's been a really good fun time actually. Just focusing on, you know, how long am I casting for, what's going in, do I put chopped worm or not. I've fed primarily, you can see it, corn and casters is what I've been feeding in the ground bait, and I've put a tiny little bit of chopped worm in for a few casts, but that was all. Regular casts, 3 to 5 minutes is what I've done. I think at times it should have been more often, to get more bait out there. I think tomorrow, the 3rd day of the festival on Cullen Reach, I think I'm just going to fish a feeder. I think that'll be the plan. So unless something else happens, then that's it for day 2. I will well, you'll know the results before I do. You'll have seen them before I edit the video, I mean. I'll post a little video, on a little picture on the end, I guess, of me with the results, or me with some fish. Thanks for watching. If you've got this far, then, you know, I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed and you've enjoyed the video, then please hit the subscribe button. It's a free way to support the channel, and it's an easy way to find your way back, and, you know, it helps get, you know, my channel and fishing in front of more people, which I think is great, and thank you for that. If you are subscribed, you know, as always, thank you very much. And either way, you know, if you've enjoyed it, please like the video and leave me a comment below. Anyway, that's it from day 2, I think. I'll catch you on the next one. Ta-da.